Hey guys, so we're back. We're going to be looking a little bit more at Final War. It's a game that got given to us by the guys at Games Lab. So they're local game developers, and they've created this really unique board game. And we thought, let's have a chat about it and let's show you guys what it's all about. They're going to be releasing this at PAX Oz. So that's probably in about a week from this real date, not when the video gets released, because editing. But yeah, so we'd have a bit of a run through and show you kind of what the board state looks like and how it actually interacts with each other. So if you guys want to run about who's your warlord and what your armies are a bit about.
Yeah. Well, my warlord is Shadrach the Unseen. He is all into the sneakiness. Lots of sneaking around, lots of stealing. I've got all sorts of exciting spells and abilities like pickpocket and raid. You can see the kind of the theme here. It's a lot of just taking.
It fits your personality, right?
Yeah, perfect. I think strategically, the Shadrach the Unseen kind of style is very much surprise.
Yeah.
Cool. And who do you have, Derek?
Well, I've got Fengrist the Terrible, and we have the same middle name. So I think that's nice that we share that thing in common. Yes, but I do look pretty terrible. The artwork looks very nice.
Well, the artwork's not terrible at all.
The artwork is not terrible. And he's obviously a lycanthrope, a werewolf, and my powers seem to be all about controlling the board and draining people's energy and health. And I can also, if I kill someone, Fengrist kills someone, they become a werewolf. I can raise them again and they fight for me.
So you're kind of like depletion of his army. You're like the zombie mentality.
The zombie mentality, yes.
Every loss of yours is a game for me.
I get to pick the ones that he dies. So
that's cool.
Yeah, nice.
So these are a bit of the playmats, just to kind of give you guys an overview.
Okay, I got to say my favorite bit about the playmats is the dead card, the dead card pile, which in mine is a shallow grave, and yours is like a tomb, a mummy's tomb. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's not often that you get a playmat that's actually really well done and it looks like it fits the actual style, and it does give an extra bit of value to the game itself.
And there's a third.
There is,
yeah,
and a third.
That was in our
warlord.
first video. So if you want to check out that one, that'll show you there.
Yeah.
And according to the documentation, they're bringing out another expansion pack, which is 3 more playmats and 3 more armies. So that was cool.
So lots to be excited about. Generally, just to give you an idea about the mechanics of it, basically it's rows and columns. Now, I know that sounds a bit, it's just like, what is that? Well, each of these have different kind of positions in which you can put cards on. All your units, in terms of like your grunts, essentially, go in the 2 front lines. You have your hero column, which does include your warlord in the middle, hero row, sorry, and then you've got your fortifications. Now, your fortifications can be, they can make it harder for your enemy to attack. In each of these positions, there's also the columns, so that, you might go along and say, this column here is going to verse this column here. And so you can there's a lot of strategy in terms of like, how does your hero, your unit, and your fortification interact? And how do they actually interact with your opponent, and who damages who, and how it all actually works out. Now, the other thing that's really cool is that each of these, as you can see, the 2 guys here have items. Now, those item cards mean that you're going to be able to show them Yu-Gi-Oh style, you summoned my trap, and they're going to be able to influence the decisions of the game as well. So it just feels like there's layers upon layers of strategy to this game in terms of making it so that it's not going to be the same every time, and there's going to be lots of variations. Is that what you guys feel?
Yeah. I really like this. This is the the hit points. So it's just 4 counters, and I've got 4 hit points. And you can put that up for all of your units, and then if you take damage, you just put it back in the pile. Nice.
The other cool thing is the fate deck, which kind of creates a bit of chaos.
So this is the tension bringer. This is the story, and this is what happens as your game goes on. So you don't actually just go along like other card games and just like in other card games and just kind of attack every round. You actually attack, and what actually happens in your turn is decided by the fate cards. There's things like, you've got event cards like an item break, that you can actually break your opponent's item. You've got things like a skirmish, which means you fight each other. You've got mercenaries you can hire. You've got wandering monsters like the giant trolls who are going to be able to attack your army. So it's not so much just dealing with your opponent. You're also dealing with the board, and that it kind of adds that role playing element to it. And as the game gets bigger and bigger, and this is a base game, very few cards.
So this is what the quick starter.
Yeah, this is the quick
start, and
which is a best of 3 rounds.
Yeah, and so other sort of campaigns will have more fate cards in it.
Yeah, so you've got things like dragons in there. So dragons swoop and attack. You've got whole armies attacking. It kind of adds that diversity, it adds that story element, and adds that kind of like difference between games and the uncertainty.
Yeah, and so some of them you turn them over and they occur, and others you take them into your hand and you can choose when they take place.
Which is the old poker thing of like...
So the other players don't know what's going to happen, but you can kind of decide when the story takes place.
You pick up a fate card every turn?
Yes, every turn.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, we're really excited about this. It's cool, because it's local. We don't have that many game developers locally in Australia that kind of produce at this kind of quality. So we're really excited to be able to help and support them. They're going to be releasing this game in PAX. So for our lucky Aussie people, they're going to be able to get the first chance to have a hands-on. They've got a stand and everything happening there. But yeah, now the only other thing is, as a game developer, Derek, because secret job, how's the mechanics go? How do you?
The mechanics look really good. I mean, especially when you can visualize the board and you can visualize the health of your army with these sorts of things. You don't have to keep any math in your head. I like we've got 12-sided dice and you have to roll under your power score in order to hit or not. I think that's really nice, which I didn't do there. Yeah. So yeah, the from what I can see, just initially on the board, that's really nice. I love the columns. The rule book is really well laid out, and they've even got things like hints in there, like don't clump your army together like I've got, because some people have area of effect attacks. So if you attack this guy, it also damages the guys to either side. So you spread out your army. You've got your fortification, your hero, and your units, and you can stack them all like that, and that creates quite a powerful combo. But it's also putting all your eggs in one basket. So the hints like that are scattered all throughout that rulebook look really good.
That's really cool. Well, we will be following this for a bit because it looks pretty cool. And yeah, if you want to know a little bit more, you can head over to I think it's finalwar.com, and they'll have a bit of information there. And yeah, otherwise, check them out at PAX if you're local in Oz. And also, if you're at PAX, we're going to be doing our own little panel, which is a bit exciting. We're going to be having the audience play characters. We're going to have red and green paper, so you can visually make a decision with the rest of the crowd mentality.
Can vote. Yes.
I love it.
We may also be getting some lucky Dice Stormer fans onto the stage if that works. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, we'll be having a lot more videos coming out. We're really excited about this, about getting a better roll of videos coming out. So yeah, very exciting. Anyway, guys, till next time.
Thanks.
See ya. Bye.